Hi, this is Jeff Keamy, and today we're going to discuss how to submit the proposal and get that contract signed. So typically, there's a lot of different methods out there. This is really kind of a sales tutorial on what I do. So generally, I'll walk into a property, and if I've never seen these people before, I'll simply introduce myself, something like this. Hi, my name is Jeff. I'm with a local company, and I always like to emphasize that local factor, especially in IT. I think that makes a big difference. There are a lot of companies out there that are attempting to manage networks remotely, and you'll find what we found is it's so much more successful when you're on site and you're able to be there, sometimes at a moment's notice, depending on your schedule. It's just a very comforting feeling for them to know that support is local. So I'll say, hi, my name is Jeff Keamy. I'm with a local company here in, let's just say, Tucson, Arizona. We're called Wi-Fi, and we set up internet services and Wi-Fi services for apartments and hospitality. We'd like to show you a proposal on how we can make your network more successful for the way that the internet is becoming utilized for the future. That's a very big thing. Right now in 2015, the way the internet is being utilized is completely different than it was even just 2 years ago. Netflix is nothing new, YouTube nothing new, but the way that it's being used is something new. And that means that a lot of the networks that are out there aren't ready for that type of usage. And we're seeing a lot of problems occur because of that. Now, our networks, when the way that they're designed, will be able to handle those type of loads. We're using enterprise-grade hardware and software, professional installation. These are things that I'm going to highlight when I first make contact with the property. And when you do that, you're going to open their eyes, and they're going to see that you've got something that they need. It's not something that they want, especially in the hospitality setting. This is a need. They need reliable internet, because all it takes is one bad review on their internet services, and someone's never going to go back there, and it's going to be a cascade effect where other people read that review, and they're not going to go back to that property. And what we're going to guarantee is that the internet services there are going to work beautifully. They're going to stream video like Netflix just fine. Everything's going to work, and we're going to be able to manage it and maintain it at a superior level to what they're currently offering at the property. Now, in an apartment scenario, it's a little bit different. This is not so much a need just yet, although we're seeing that change pretty much on a yearly basis. We're seeing more and more apartments adopting the need for Wi-Fi, and they're seeing the benefits in the amenity. It draws new clients in, new residents are coming in. It increases their renewals. Happy tenants stay around, and if you're not paying for your internet, it's a great incentive to continue to rent at a particular property. So these are some of the things that I'm going to say on my first sales call when I'm proposing the services for their property. After I do that, we'll go back, we'll assess the property, we'll write up the proposal, something that makes sense. We'll do it on a per door level. We'll use the bandwidth calculator to estimate bandwidth costs and let them know that this is the bandwidth that we're going to recommend for your property. And we'll use the cost estimator to get a ballpark figure of what we think the cost should be for that property. And we're going to adjust that. I use my cost estimator every day, but I go back and I adjust it accordingly. Sometimes there's certain scenarios that aren't accounted for. For instance, if there's a lot of tree cover in an area, we're going to need more access points. There's no way around that. So you have to look and test to figure out how many access points you're going to need at a property. So you're going to set up an access point. That way you can get a very, very good number of what you believe you will need to be successful at that property. After I've done that, I'll submit the proposal to them. And the most important part, something you can't forget, is to follow up. So many times we'll follow up with a property and they'll say, hey, we forgot. We lost your number. We forgot a little bit about this. Thank you for refreshing our memory. This is something we want. Let's sit down and discuss it again. And sometimes a third, fourth, even fifth follow-up is on the path to having a signed contract. One of the most frustrating things, though, that we will experienced, and I've experienced myself, is those individuals that won't really give you that no, but they know well enough that this isn't something that they want for their property at the moment. Those are going to be the more frustrating things, and I wouldn't always try to make that decision for them. Many times I felt that way, and a week later we'll have a signed contract. So, don't let those get you down. They'll certainly be out there, but just keep pushing and the sales will come. Wi-Fi in apartments is becoming a new thing. It's growing at an insane pace, and in hospitality, it's already there. It's just not up to par in a lot of scenarios. So this is Jeff Keamy teaching you how to present your proposal and get that signed contract back.